what made you say yes to this one?
Because it read brilliantly off the page. Because I didn't want to change anything when I read it. Because I had the best Skype meeting with Mike and Trevor, producer. And I thought I don't want to miss the opportunity of being in a room with these two men. I fell in love with their ideas, and I felt like I was talking to a brother. We were laughing so much, and also because Rose is so bloody cool. Well, she is. It's just such a cool character.
She is. It's amazing.
You sure you want to do this?
I'm ready.
Yes, you run, dear.
First of all, what was your first impression when you watched the film back in the day of The Shining? What was your reaction?
I was very scared. I was young. I was probably too young, 14, 15 years old. Very, very tense because Kubrick has this incredible, subtle, his creation of just tension, music, score, a rug, and wood. It's so simple and just so uncomfortable.
Did you have the chance to meet Stephen King? Or
No.
Would you like to?
I do, and then as someone said, don't meet your sort of heroes and don't meet... Not that I'm going to be disappointed in Stephen King. I've read so many of his books. I just want to be in his head. I'd probably make a fool out of myself. I'd ask too many questions.
So did you read his books growing up?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. No, growing up. When I got older, yes, I read so many of them. And I think I can't pick a favorite because he has... I'm reading The Outsider now, which is bloody terrifying. But he has there's such musicality to his writing, to his description of environment, the conversation between two people describing the third. I mean, it's just... Yeah.
A dark place. They closed it down and let it rot. But the things that lived there...
Hello, Danny.
They come back.
Where does this love for horror come from?
Well, I think for me it comes from the fact that I was too scared as a kid to watch them. They traumatized me so much growing up, I would watch them through my fingers or not at all. I was a very scared little kid. And when I finally did kind of lean into the horror genre, it was to try to get through it. It was, if I can get through this scene without covering my eyes, then I can be brave for a little bit of time. And if I can get through the whole movie, then I can be brave for an hour and a half. And I think for me growing up, they were ways to try to practice being brave in little bursts, in safe bursts. And that's, I think, why I love them so much. It's that it can be exercise for courage, like going to the gym.
You will scream for years.
Come play with us forever and ever.
Well, one of the things that I was careful to do, knowing that he was not necessarily going to be happy with the fact that we were going to be revisiting kind of the Kubrickian overlook, that we would be staging this film in the cinematic universe that Kubrick had created, I knew wasn't something that King was going to like necessarily. So it all became about what we did inside of that space. And one of the things that I tried to do was to look at it as an opportunity not only to celebrate and pay tribute to the film that Kubrick made, but also to go back to the original novel of The Shining and to pull some of those things that Kubrick had gotten rid of that had made Stephen King feel the way he felt about that adaptation. Here was a second chance to bring those back and to give him some of those elements that he didn't get the first time. So it was a tightrope, but I thought that would help.
You're magic. Like me.
I don't know about magic. I always called it The Shining.